David, I know you are utterly shattered, and the last thing you really want to do is be on the telly tonight. And so I'm just going to have a quick chat with you and then let you bugger off and go and join your mates and have a drink. How are you feeling? What was it like to hear that phrase, not guilty, repeated 5 times today?
It was a huge release for me, to be honest. It just, in some respects, it took a huge weight off my shoulders, but it's also shown me that the love of all these people and this fantastic man here has got me through, and it's all coming at once. So,
are you feeling shattered now?
I'm pretty shattered, yes.
Well, enjoy that drink, and we'll.
Thank you. I will.
We might have a bit of a chat to you later, but thank you so much, David. Joe Karam, how are you feeling? Who's this?
This is Mrs. Leela Reid. Leela has been a supporter of David's. She came all the way to London to the Privy Council. How old were you when you came to London, Leela?
Oh, a lady doesn't tell her age until she's too old.
But she came all the way to London, and she sat through every moment. She sat through the Court of Appeals in 2003, and I've got her under my arm because she's so dear on the one hand, but on the other hand, she epitomises this love and this incredible support of the general people of New Zealand that have sustained David and me through this 13 years of battle, really. She's gorgeous.
Can I ask you why? Can you explain why? Why did you believe so much in David Bain?
To begin with, it just didn't add up. Later, when I met David, I saw a gentle, strong person, true in every way, and I soon realised that I just didn't just believe in him. I knew that he was completely innocent. And of course, the facts of it were just added to that. There was no other answer.
Joe, I want to ask you the same question because, 13 years ago you were quietly minding your own business. You'd barely even, but seriously, you'd barely even registered this case, had you?
Absolutely not.
So how the hell did you get so involved in it?
Well, quirk of fate, John. Put your finger in the water and you never know what might happen. Really, it was David's friends. What captured my attention wasn't David's plight. It was the fact that his friends were standing on the side of the road selling preserves or whatever they were doing to raise money to fight for his innocence. And I was captured by the fact that they were so devoted to him. And I was wanting to help them, not David, because I didn't know David or know anything about the David Bain case at all at the time. And I thought, well, I'll send down my $100 and put my little bit in the kitty. And of course, the finger was in the water and one thing led to another.
Books.
And here I am in 2009.
How good is it to be here tonight in 2009?
Well, the sad thing is that it is 2009. That's the real sad thing. The really sad thing is that this system, this government, well, various governments over many years, an objectionable attitude by the police, and there'll be no sorries, I'm sure. I hope, and I would love, and I actually went and saw the Commissioner of Police way back in 1996 and said, I do not want to criticise the police. We need police and we want police. But if you're going to attack me, as they did, then I'm going to have to stand up and fight. And so this fight has gone on for all these years, and it should never have gone on. Decent man, now known to be innocent, should not have been subjected to this. And I should, frankly, speaking for myself, as this is not about me really, it's about David, but speaking for me, I should not have had to have devoted 13 years of my life to this.
You have. I think that not many people would understand the absolute extent of your devotion. I mean, it has been singular, hasn't it? And a great deal has been sacrificed in that time.
John, would you mind if I at this stage apologise for any lack of coherence? I've had a few whiskies. I'm enjoying myself. It's a damn good night. And there's a lot of love going on here, and I'm high on emotion at the moment. And so I don't know that I can explain all this that well right now, but by God, let's enjoy this moment, and let's not get too deep into the whys and wherefores of things. I mean, really, what we've got around. Look around.
Christy,
look
can you
over here.
Pan round,
I mean,
Christy.
for God's sake.
So who are these people?
Well, these people are. These people range from well, look, they range from all sorts. But I'll tell you who's here now. Some of the people here now are the very people who were selling those preserves on the side of the road.
We're going to talk to some of them later in the show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And other people are QCs and Helen Cull and Paul Morton, who fought tooth and nail at not getting paid half the time because, you know, legal services have restrictions on them in that respect, but they have recognised the injustice that has been sitting there for so damn long. There's my family, for God's sake. There are
your two boys. Your two sons and your daughter are here tonight.
They are all here. My grandchildren aren't here. I hardly know them anymore. They see me on the television.
Oh, he's only got two.
But look, it's the outpouring of. I tell you, well, actually, there's a great line in a movie, and the movie is the movie called The Hurricane. We all know who that was. And he said, hate put me in here, but love busted me out. Yeah. And you know what? Love busted you out, David.
Joe, I know you're concerned for David is continuing because, you know, fundamentally he is now a middle-aged man with nothing, really.
Yeah.
I'm 45. So what happens? What happens from now?
Well, a lot of friends of David's. David's become, since he got bail 2 years ago. Well, long before that, he made friends with my children, my children's friends, people, his contemporary people.
Lots of them are here tonight.
They are, and they have got together and set up a website actually, and it's called David Bain. I don't know what it's called exactly. The David Bain
Hold
Fund.
on, I've got the card. I've got the card.
Have you?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
people have been given. I've had about 200 people give it to me. No, that's not right. Oh, thank you. Here's another one. Thanks
look,
so much.
I mean, putting this very succinctly, David now is given the opportunity through the jury's verdict this afternoon of starting life, and he's starting it under very, very difficult circumstances. He's got the one great thing, his name is clear, and as we all know, the most important thing we can have in life is our good name, and David's now got that. But he also needs some help, and we've set up a trust, a website, the David Bain Fund, and you find that at the old dub thing, davidbainfund.co.nz, and on there people can send in money, and I know that over the years people have been very generous throughout New Zealand in helping this guy. Because a lot of New Zealanders believe in him, and now I think most New Zealanders will. And we just want this really to give David the chance to take stock of his circumstances, maybe to study more, maybe to travel, perhaps to buy a house. I mean, it would be very nice if he was able to afford to buy a home to live in and not think about a 6x4 with a scungy little bed on it.
Joe, Karam, thanks for having us here tonight. Really appreciate it. And congratulations on your tenacity and singularity and application. And